Cool, thank you. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's a good morning if you sing out loud. Good morning, even if you're goofy, you can still sing out loud. Good morning, good morning. You can sing like a goof out loud. It'll make you feel good. It'll start your brain off with a little dose of happiness. Is anybody singing this morning? Sing. Sing something to yourself, something basic. Just make it up. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to the crew. Oh, that was a good one. You guys got to be singing yourself awake. I'm telling you, it's good for the brain waves. Good morning out loud. Good morning, you goofle leafies. There you go, Camarillo Brio. Wazzy, I knew you would be. Waz, you're the man. Wazzy. Okay. Here we go. That. Sing a song, sing it loud, sing it strong with Herbie. There you go, Herbs. Herbs is getting down with it. Getting down with it. Here we go. Here we go. Pacers, you don't need to do that. But thank you. Here we go. Spiritual energy is what you're experiencing when you're enthused by something. And all this high energy comes up inside of you. That sounds like us this morning. Am I right? It's just wellspringing inside of us. We can't help it. We're enthused. Enthused. That's such a neat word. Say that word to yourself. No, even say it out loud. Wait, so what happened with Laura? Wait. What's going on with Laura? I'm super sorry to hear that, Laura. Laura's baby kitty Alice. What a cute name for a cat. For anyone. Baby kitty Alice. You're in my positive thoughts, Miss Divine. Next, Miss Divine, I'm sorry to hear that. Pets are so darn important. That which is blocked and buried within you forms the root of fear. Fear is caused by blockages in your energy. The root is fear. This one's for Laura. It's I'm not trying to be trite with this, Laura. Honestly. This is just, it's easier to read than to do. When you feel pain, simply view it as energy. Let go and give room for the pain to pass through you. And it will, but it takes time. It's energy. It's just a different form of energy. It's not a bad one. It's not a good one. Those are human words. Okay? We're not worried about human words. That makes everything linear. Anybody? You're more than welcome, Laura. You're one of the divine here. You're the divine. Do any of you play ping pong, the table tennis? Why do they call it table tennis? Why do they call it ping pong? Why do they call it table tennis? Who here is a table tennis head? Anybody? Table, table for two. I'd like a table for two. Mr. 420 didn't ask that one. It's been a little while for me too, Joe D's. I was good back in the day. I could do the spins and everything. I could hit a spinner. I held my paddle, goofy paddle. Waz, we gotta play sometime. Table tennis. I gotta show you that again. That's cool, Four Leaf. One guy's the actual table mover and the other guy's the player. Okay. Now that's cool. That's a great game. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, HP. I could not play that game. I might be able to be the table guy. I might do the table. I might be the table runner. Okay? Nerdy, you're probably right. I didn't think of that. You're probably right about that. Remember last week when we talked about how there's a certain amount of us that are in the United States that are not super educated? Thank you, Four Leaf. Thank you, Herbie. I finally did it. I finally broke down. Okay? Thank you, Vague. I finally did it. I broke down, Mr. Phillips. Melody! I did it. I got rid of it all. I met on my barber. It was a new guy that I stopped at a new place. Boy, did I like him. We had just had an excellent, usually I'd sit in the chair and I'd be really quiet and I can't wait to get out. And this guy just had a neat charisma and we ended up, thank you, Saul. Your thing's in the mail today, Solly. And we just had a great conversation and Jesus Christ, maybe. After I got through getting my hair cut, I had to run to the grow house, grab a little package, brought it back, and I gave it to my barber. Thank you, Derek. So I gave it to my barber. I don't like that light. Hold on. Okay, that might be better. Nope, it's not. Okay, it doesn't matter. No, let's not be vain just because I got a haircut. Okay? Classic, it was so neat. I think he did appreciate it. He was like, wait a minute, oh man, I'm Bob Shrooms, don't you know? I'm Bob Shrooms. We had a good time. We had a really good time. So we have another friend. We gave him the information for tea with Pops. Who knows? You might pop on. Get it? Pop? Okay. You got it. Remember last week we were talking about some Americans aren't as sharp as we might want them to be? Especially those man on the street ones when they walk up and they ask somebody a question and they're so out of it. Where's Paris? And they're like, well, I think it's an island in the Atlantic. No. Okay, what country is Paris the capital of? Lithuania. Lithuania. Okay? No. Okay? Here we go. Here's one. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you know where Alaska is? How many of us know where Alaska is? I do. Can you picture Alaska? Try to take a second and picture Alaska on a map. Okay? Do you guys, who thinks they know where Alaska is? Picture that school map. And Joe's saying it's up north somewhere way up there. Okay? Let's see what these people have to say about where Alaska is. Okay? You ready?
Where's Alaska? Like, seriously, where is it? If you had to describe to someone exactly where Alaska is located, as opposed to the rest of the United States of America, what would you tell them? So before I give you a little bit of extra context and the correct answer, take a second, hit the screen, pause it if you need to, and type your answer in the comments section. All right, you finished? Good. Here's what happened. The wife and I were driving along Veterans one day, and there was a car in front of us that had an Alaska.
Nice to meet you, baby sweet.
So, of course, I say, dog, that had to have been a long drive from Alaska to Louisiana. To which the wife replied, drive? What do you mean, drive? He can't drive from Alaska to Louisiana. What do you mean you can't drive to Louisiana? Because Alaska is surrounded by water. What? Okay, now I gotta ask. Where do you think Alaska is? Like, physically, where is it? I don't know, somewhere like on the side of Mexico. What? So after a little bit of discussion, this is what we found out. Everybody remember seeing these in school growing up? Map of the United States, right? Here's the crazy part. Look where Alaska is. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This never dawned on me because I never thought Alaska was here. I didn't. I just knew that they put Alaska and Hawaii there because it was not connected to the continental United States, and therefore, they just put it there for you to recognize it. But apparently, they don't teach that in other schools. Good thing she's pretty.
It's somewhere near Mexico, surrounded by water. Okay. All right, give me 5 people that are laughing with Pops, not at him. Okay, that was pretty good. I'm not kidding you, that's a pretty good one. Good thing she's pretty. That's yeah, that helped. Good morning, hip kitty. Okay, so now we all know where Alaska is. All right, we've reviewed that for the morning. I saw that just this morning. I had to I saved it. It's so silly. Okay. Good morning. Okay. Since we just busted a myth about where Alaska is, since we just busted that myth, Melody, let's bust a couple more this morning. We're going to go on a myth-busting campaign this morning. Sound good? If you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it will eventually turn white. Is that true or not? Is that a true story? True or false? It's going carpy on us, huh, Justin? You keep it in a dark room, it's going to eventually turn white. Is that true? It's almost true. It's in between true and false. The goldfish will actually get paler, but it won't turn completely white. Fish produce a pigment in response to light, much like we do. But they also get some of their pigment from the food that they eat. Therefore, even if left in the dark forever, They wouldn't go completely white. But they go pale on you. Okay. 1 out of every 20 people have an extra rib. 1 out of 20. 1 out of 20. True or false? That means 3 of us here have extra ribs. A minimum of 3 of us here have an extra rib. There's almost 60 people here. Is that true? It's false. However, the actual figure is 1 out of 200. 1 out of 200 people have an extra rib. That's still a lot. I would have thought it was a lot more people in between ribs, between extras, okay? That's, wow. There is enough gold on earth for every person in the world to own about 5 golden rings. There's enough gold in the world for every single person. We're talking about the babies in Biafra. They can all have 5. True or false? True or false? Enormous, you're probably right. I think there's more. Estimates of the amount of gold in the world range between 155 to 2.5 million tons. A single ring uses about 5.5 grams of gold. And there are 7 billion people in the world. This would give you up to 64 gold rings per person. I'd like my ring, please. Jeez. 60, we can have up to 64 of them. Where's mine's? Where's mine's? Okay. I want to know where mine's is. Vegas, it's always that way, isn't it? Eating a lot of fruit is healthy. Personally, I like silver better to look at and for a ring. I agree with you, Niffy. But gold is, did you see the price of gold recently? I watched that show, Gold Rush. I watch it more than anything because it just boggles my mind what these men do with this gigantic diesel machinery and the wash plants and stuff. Their ability to be field mechanics, when they drive up with those big trucks with cranes, big diesel repair trucks, their ability to solve a problem on the spot and keep things going, all of that, it's beyond admirable. I couldn't move a carburetor off of one of those trucks. And they're like replacing transmissions and all kinds out in the mud, right? About 4 weeks ago on the show, I guess it had been taped maybe a little over some time ago, it was a big deal. The price of gold had hit $2,500. You know what the real price of gold is right now? Over $3,000 an ounce. Over $3,000. 2-3 years ago, it was $1,800. Like, gold is gone crazy through the roof. Gold. I don't know why we care about it. Scientifically, I get it. It's a great conductor. I think we use it in chips and all of that. I just don't see it as being that valuable ornamentally. Fake value. Eating a lot of fruit is healthy. Actually, fruit, I'm with you, Justin. Actually, fruit has a lot of fructose, which is a type of sugar, and it's not good in large quantities. Excessive sugar, no matter where it comes from, is still bad for your body. However, if you have a choice between a chocolate bar or a fruit, the fruit is still better due to the nutrients that it has alongside of the sugar. Okay? How about this one? Are there any Brits in the house? You guys want to hear what's going on over in the UK? The legal drinking age in the United Kingdom is 18 years old. Those little pub crawlers, excuse me, I've got coming up with a little bit of a chest cold. I apologize to you guys. It's raining heavily outside right now too, so the air is very humid, very humid. The legal drinking age in the United Kingdom is 18 years old. Really? That's the legal drinking age for drinking at a pub. However, if you can get someone else to purchase the alcohol for you, you can drink at home starting at the age of 5. Gramps? What? How are you? How if you can get someone? Hey, Gramps, do you think you could pick me up a pack of Guinness? I'm 6. I'm going to celebrate my 6th birthday soon. Okay. What? How does a 5-year-old talk someone into getting them the alcohol? All right. Even a 12-year-old, sorry, no. No, I'm not getting it for you. It's not going to happen. Everyone knows this happened. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this one. Rats caused the Black Death, the plague. Little rats running around caused it. Not so fast, my friends. Not so fast, my friends. Actually, it was squirrels. Squirrels. Marmot squirrels from Mongolia spread the plague, as they were prone to the disease. Once the rats became infected as well, the disease became harder to eradicate due to the large population of rats living in urban European cities. Squirrels got to the rats, got to the people, got to the fleas, got to the people. Okay? We're going to blame marmot squirrels from Mongolia for causing all that havoc. How about this one? One day on Earth lasts exactly 24 hours. Is that true? Any of you astrophysicists out there? This is a weird answer. This is a weird answer. It's not true, but what is? What is the truth? Is it slower than 24 or is it faster than 24? What do you think? Slower or faster? Which one? Give me a slower or a faster answer. Nurse, she's the first to say correctly. It varies. It varies. Each day varies in length. For example, some days can last 50 seconds longer than another day, while some can be up to 50 seconds shorter. Time can never be exact because it all varies on the Earth's rotation, the tides, the weather, and geological events that take place around the planet. Depending on how many hurricanes and typhoons are blowing, where the tilt is, all of that business. A couple seconds here and a couple, give a little, take a little. Okay? That's exactly what we think we should do in life. If the planet's magnetic poles If the planet's magnetic poles were reversed, all life on Earth would perish. Actually, the magnetic poles reverse themselves every few thousand years. The shifting of the poles does have an effect on the sea and weather, but nothing close to a cataclysmic event occurs. What? They're shifting. This is all freaky. I'm not a This is why I didn't do good in astronomy. I didn't get it. That doesn't make sense. You're shifty. The Earth's shifty. Okay, we're ready for another shift anytime soon, HP? That's crazy. Okay, we'll read one or two more. Let's read one or two more. Ever heard of the 100-Year War? The 100-Year War between France and England. Why didn't they call it what it really was? The 116-Year War. They cut 16 years off in the history book. Okay? The 100-year. It was 116, you guys. Would you please tell the truth? The war actually lasted 116 years, not 100. Why are we always being... You talk about shifty. Historians are shifty. Pops. I think I have to read one more. Amelia Earhart. How fascinated was I by Amelia Earhart when I was a teenager? I read everything I could ever get my hands on. And it was just the mystery of Amelia Earhart. Where is she? What happened to her? She was the lady that was trying to circumnavigate the globe by a plane. Am I right? And they lost track of her over the Pacific Ocean. She was on her way home, and they lost track of her over the Pacific Ocean. And since then, Amelia Earhart has been considered to mysteriously have vanished. The mystery behind her sudden disappearance was solved just 4 years after she went missing. Why are they still playing with us on that one? Why is a kid in the 70s still trying to figure out what happened? Why didn't they tell me in the 70s, 80s, 90s, why didn't they tell me that they'd figured it out 4 years after she vanished? Her plane was found. It was crashed near an island in Kiribati, and her skeletal remains were found close by as well. The skeletal remains matched her measurements. They also found her equipment near the wreckage. Yeah, Justin, she's the original D.B. Cooper without jumping. Kiribati, Kiribati. I mean, I've read a few years ago that it was what the real answer was, but for years and years and years and years, they tried to keep that one going, didn't they? Craziness. That's enough randos for today. No, that girl was amazing. I agree with you, Greenie. I agree with you. So let's, can you imagine the media? Well, why would even the press have not wanted to tell us? Was it a military? I don't know. Have to know a little bit more about that. But why? Why indeed? See this guy right here? Boo, hiss, boo. Boo, hiss, hiss, boo. Boo, hiss. Yeah, that could be enormous. It's a good thought. That guy. Boo, hiss. Hiss, boo. You guys know how Pops always tries to tell both sides of everything. We're always going to talk about the benefits and the positive aspects of our community and healing through mushrooms and psychedelic plants and natural things. It's my life mission now. At the same time, what's this random hair? I got to fix that one later, okay? At the same time, you guys have always heard me talk to you about the scammers and the rippers and the wolves and the profiteers. The profiteers. And it makes me want to gag a maggot because their people are so vulnerable when they turn to institutions and they turn to people like you or I, not even an institution, but for help and support and mental health growth. And we use that as an opportunity to take advantage of them. And when I see it, I have made my own commitment to call it out. And some people don't like it. Some people just want to always hear about the good. But I also believe that awareness is key. We have to know what's going on. So I'm going to read an article to you. It's in today's Tricycle Day newsletter, but it actually came from Wired magazine. It's going to probably take me 2 days to read it because it's fairly long. But it's incredibly eye-opening. Because I want you to know this isn't the only person that's involved doing this kind of stuff. And as a matter of fact, we can point our fingers at hiss and boo at the leader guy, but there had to have been a lot of support staff around that allowed this thing to become what it became. If you ever saw Pops moving in the wrong, you shouldn't, but if you ever saw Pops moving in the wrong direction, bail. Run as far as you can, as fast as you can. Give me a call, give me a letter about it. Maybe I'll shake myself. It should never happen. But anybody that's getting self-stylized as a guru, self-stylized as we have the answer, and we need you to pay us for it, big money, big money. I mean, you should be able to make exactly what it cost you to make it. Average that out, and that's it. That way you can keep doing it for other people. But I don't know. If you ever find out that I'm at strip clubs or something like that, and I'm like trying to sell psychedelics to people, don't listen to me anymore. Okay? Neo-shaman. Neo-shaman is a New Age ceremony leader, typically Western and urban dwelling, who appropriates the ancient shamanistic practices and psychedelic substances of indigenous communities, popularizing their use for financial gain via cultic rituals and a guru-like persona. That's a neo-shaman. We're getting a few of them. Neo-shamans are popping up, people. Let's read about this one guy that was completely and totally out of control. Anybody interested? Are you guys interested in this? It's going to take me a couple of days to read through this article. Boo, hiss, boo. And I'm not doing it. This isn't, I want to get a negative vibe going here. We keep everything positive. We want to hear all sides and understand what goes on out there, especially if people that aren't as into the things that we think we are, challenge us. We should be able to have answers. We should be able to know what they're talking about. What are they talking? What did occur? In 2012, this is the beginning of the article. In 2012, Chris Young was 38 years old, down on his luck, living out of a hotel in Miami, Florida. He had been born and raised in nearby Louisiana. Young had recently given up his nightclub career as the party starting DJ NV and the side hustles that saw him organize strippers for big events, and he had also earned a conviction for pimping somewhere along the way. We all have pasts. Hey, we all have pasts. That's just a past. I didn't get caught pimping, but if they'd